Sorry. Yeah, guys, welcome back. Today I'm testing a new streaming software. So because my OBS is not working as intended, so please bear with me here a little bit. Also not feeling the best, but I'm doing what I can. So I want to jump directly into some charts here. So let me see how I can do that. Like I said, I'm doing everything here for the first time. So yeah, I have to see how that all works. Just bear with me, guys. No, it's not what I need. It's not what I need. I had to do this all last minute. How do I do this? Oh, that might be what I was looking for. Go away. Shit, that was not what I wanted. Really sorry, guys. We're gonna need here a couple minutes until I figure out how to do all of this. I tried first with my phone. That I go live from the phone, because then at least I could have shown you what's happening on the laptop, you know. So, and right now can't even do that. Oh wait, I might. Yes. I think I've. Oh, finally, yes, I found it. I found what I was looking for. Google. I think I need to. I hope the stream will not end, guys. If the stream is ending, I will come back, because if I want to share the screen, I need to restart my Chrome browser, and I'm here on StreamYard. So if the stream stops right now, don't worry, I come back in a second. Yes, it worked. Lucky. So I hope everybody's still there. 35. Amazing. So now let's do this. Share screen. So everything. Yes, this is what I want. So then let's go here. There we go. Oh, finally we can do this. Sorry for that this took a little bit. So I just want to see. I have no second screen to check what's going on here. So we jump directly into Bitcoin now, finally, because I don't want to stick here too long around. Just want to check on my phone. Okay, yeah. It's working as intended. So perfect. So let's get here finally into Bitcoin. So in the weekly chart, we have today, again, a weekly close. Here on the weekly chart, you can see that we are holding this massive support zone, and we actually bounced from that here a little bit. So if we can close today's this week's weekly candle as it is, I'm expecting that we are next week getting here a nice reversal back to the upside, regardless of that we are printing here right now an evening star pattern, which is a massive indication that we should usually go lower. But with all the bullishness in the market right now, I'm not really seeing that we would get here a breakdown to the next major level of around $99,000 for Bitcoin. Yeah, so in there, Bitcoin is breaking $110,000. I just got a notification on my phone. So here also on this weekly chart with the upward sloping channel here that we have, worst case, if we would go lower, again, same level that I've just shown here before. The bottom is right now here at around $100,000. Even if we would go there for some weird reason, we have a black swan event next week or the week after that we go and touch that, not the end of the world as long as we stay in that channel. Again, I really highly doubt that this is going to happen, but if it would be happening, there is a massive, buyers would just massively step in there and try as much as to buy as much as they can. On the daily chart, however, here are multiple things that we're going to talk about today that I'm going to show you. You can see already that we got close to the 0.786 level on the Fibonacci extension levels, and only close. We did not even touch it, you know. So when we came here the last time down by the end of August, we touched it, got some wicks below that, came straight back up, moved here into the golden ratio, $118,000, got rejected from there, coming down. But at the same time, what you can see right now is that the MACD is about to turn around. And I expect here in the next coming days at least a retest of the EMA ribbon at around $112,000, $113,000. Not so sure if we break straight through that and go higher back into the golden ratio, but at least we're gonna hover above $110,000 in that range, and then maybe some consolidation before we then get a nice push above and back into the golden ratio. So here on the RSI is something that I wanted to show you on the daily chart. So I don't know why that disappeared, what I had drawn here earlier. So I have to redo this quick. So this is another sign for me that we are ready to go back to the upside, and why the current price levels are good levels to start to build positions or even to accumulate more on spot. So here, as you can see, the last time that we were in these low levels was here in, in April, here over there. That the RSI was that low on the daily chart. April, 5 months ago. So we were never that low again between April and now. So in April, when we go now to April, here on this daily chart, June, just that you see what happened in April. April was down here. From there, it was only up until mid-August. 4 months of pure upside. So I'm not saying we're going to get now 4 months of pure upside, but 2-3 months, I can definitely see that this is going to happen. So at the same time, you have here another new downward sloping trend line, the same kind of trend line that we had also before over here. And also the EMA ribbon was in a downtrend, same that we are entering right now. And your final confirmation for continuation to the upside is when we break this downward sloping trend line. Oh, Nathan. Hey, Nathan, I missed you 2 days ago on the stream. So if you don't know what happened to me, go to the stream 2 days ago. I explained everything there. Not gonna go now again over everything what happened. I explained most of it in the stream that I did 2 days ago. Now, when we go into the 4-hourly chart and the MDX algo scalp gradients, so here we see currently a reclaim of the daily open, and that's why we keep pumping here now to the upside, and we have now a triple confirmation for a reversal. So we have here one dot plot in the chart on the candles. Here the first bullish divergence, which did only briefly play out. Then here this resistance level pushed us back down. So here we have another take profit point. So usually when you get 2 take profit points fairly quickly close by each other, that means the reversal is also coming faster than most people expect. Here you got also 2 dot plots, and on the higher time frames, these 2 dot plots are always a good opportunity to accumulate more Bitcoin. So not always the best moment to open a long position, but for spot accumulation, always a good choice, because how much did that make now a difference between there, where is it? Here. Buying here and down here, 4%. 4% is not a lot. So if you think about that, Bitcoin can from here still go to $140,000, $160,000, maybe even $180,000 here. So here, 27%. So if it goes to 160, it should be 40 or even more, 50%. Yeah, 46% roughly upside. So do I really care if I missed 4% if I accumulate on spot? No, I don't really care. 4% on spot is nothing. On leverage, it's different, you know. So if you entered here with 10x leverage, which you should definitely not do when you start building a position, then this hurts, you know. 40% to be down hurts quite a bit. But that's why I'm always preaching to you guys, build them with low leverage, 3, 4, 5x, you know. And then when you see that you have a trend break, and the trend break would be here, that is when you can start to increase leverage and take more risk, but only then, not before, you know. So currently this is at $111,300 approximately, that level. On the liquidations, we see also here on the liquidation levels that Bitcoin is ready to go here back to $112,000 more or less, and to take out a little bit of the liquidity that's here. It's not a lot, you know. So it's not a lot. The real liquidity that now market makers are going to hunt is sitting from 113,400 to 115,300 approximately, and then above that 116,350 to $118,300 approximately. There's, in my mind, no way that they will try to take out here this massive cluster. And even if they would go down there, there would be so much buying happening that they maybe only scratch here $106,000 or something like that. I know there's a lot of people out there saying right now, oh, we go to like 102, 103, 106. Not really seeing that right now with the strength and also the sentiment in the market overall, you know. So, and then with all that over leveraged liquidity only sitting above us, there's no over leveraged liquidity below us anymore. It was all taken. There's only high leverage liquidity above us, and that is what market makers are looking for, you know. So, and you see this also when you go into a 2-weekly chart on the liquidation heat map. Yes, here is a little bit at $108,000, but the majority of the liquidity is all, as I just said, between 113,600 all the way up to $119,000 approximately. So what do you think where institutional money and smart money and market makers that fall into that category trying to push on the price to? They go where they can make most of the money, and that's to the upside. Now, here on the 1 hourly chart, everything what I had drawn is gone. I should have saved that. So the 1 hourly chart, we see a breakout. I personally don't like this breakout, and I'm going to show you here now in a moment why I don't like this breakout. Because it's a little bit too early for that breakout to be happening. And I think I have some mosquitoes biting me here. Really, really annoying. So you see here, Bitcoin is breaking out of that ascending triangle. Sorry, I need to think about now sometimes about some terms, you know. When you're 2 months gone, did not do any video in any streams, start losing the right vocabulary. So here at $110,929 is the target. Is it too late to enter this? I have to check, because I had everything set up earlier here, and then when I had to, yeah, I think this is too late. It's like there's not much left. It was anyway a scalp. So for 0.7%, now entering this, I will not enter this anymore. So really sorry about that. If I would have been better prepared and my OBS would have not gone crazy, you would have been able to catch that early enough on that breakout. But maybe I hope some of you guys were seeing that and entered by themselves, so because that was not hard to spot here on the 1 hourly chart. But again, this would have been a scalp, a scalp trade. I would have personally, I would have entered that with 50x leverage, because it's 1% that you can make here to the upside, 1%. So, and I would have most likely entered halfway through it or something, because 25% is 25% on whatever you put in there. Oh, whoa, I think I got a mosquito here, just killed. So then, oh no, yeah, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance moved here today a little bit to the upside, and wait, on the weekly chart, no, on the daily. Let's leave it here on the weekly chart. So here on the weekly chart, it looks like that we topped out here at 59.24%. If that was now the rejection for this week, then next week we should finally see here some turnaround and bearish continuation to the downside. So we need to be here a little bit patient over the next 2-3 days, I would say, and then we get a really good understanding of the direction where this is here going. And before I forget this, guys, if you want to trade anywhere, the trades that I give you absolutely for free, guys, then go to Blowfin. There is a link in the chat to sign up on Blowfin. You still get up to $5,000 in welcome bonuses. Plus, there is a tiered bonus system depending on how much you're depositing. And I will raffle again $500 away with Blowfin together. I think I said Thursday on the last stream, Thursday or Friday next week. I'm gonna look in the last stream, but I think Thursday or Friday for everybody that signed up in that period. So go and check that out. And also Bybit, a Bybit link is also still in the comments if you want to go to Bybit. Something else that I wanted to show you, and that, yeah, sorry, that I moved from dominance back to Bitcoin. Funny enough, in the last bull run, I saw something similar happening. I saw something happening. Sorry. Yeah, I have some health problems, but they're under control. Don't worry about that. I'm fine. I'm fine. So in the last bull run, I observed something that is now repeating again. And also last year, at some point, it happened that when you spot a certain time frame, and it can happen in multiple coins, not only in Bitcoin, but here it's specifically Bitcoin, you are able to catch more or less every move that Bitcoin is doing. So, and here what I want to show you is between Friday and Tuesday, Bitcoin is not doing a lot. So sometimes Bitcoin goes up over the weekend, like here, but then comes down into Tuesday and then goes up and then actually goes up. Here in August, end of August, was the same thing. Went up over the weekend, came back down, then started to go up. So here you see now the same thing again. Over the weekend it's usually chop. Same thing here again. Friday, drop, like the other times here too. Here. That was also on a Friday. Here, drop, then chop. Then we try to break out. And here the breakout level that we need to get over is $111,000. And only if we get above that, we would get straight continuation. But I don't believe that this is going to happen. So we might touch it. Then we come back down again. And then Tuesday, you get a real move. So, but the question is, when do you want to get into this trade? So now, I am not so sure if I would like to enter this right now with like a full massive position size, but I would start to build a position, just a little bit, because you don't know if we are coming shallow back here to like $109,000 or something like that, and then straight go up from there, or if we go lower and then go up from there. So for that reason, because I don't want to miss that move, I would start building with like 25% of the money that I want to use for this trade, a small position. And then if we actually come down, then I add there way more at a $108,500, $109,000 would be the range that I would be looking at. And if not, if we start breaking and we keep pumping higher, then around $112,000, I would allocate the rest of the money that I want to use for that position and ride it to the upside to $118,000 approximately because I think that will be the next big stop for Bitcoin before we are getting one more retrace and then go past $120,000. So I would definitely then up here take some money off the table. So total free is holding support. I talked about this on the last stream. So as long as we are here above that 1.06 trillion dollar level, we should also get here continuation over the next couple of days. Also here, really important, watch this downward sloping trend line. These trend lines, they're so important and so easy. They're so easy, guys. So easy. You don't need to do anything else with many setups. When you look at the charts, only draw this downward sloping trend line on a daily chart. And when the trend line is broken, you enter the trade, and trade this into the next resistance. So the next resistance here, if that would be a coin that I would be trading, would be here 1.09 to 1.011. So that would be the range where I would start taking a little bit profit. So you can do this with basically any coin that is out there. Then the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, also I need to change the colors here, I never did this. The Ethereum Bitcoin chart is looking really good here. Something that I want to mention here, I had told you guys in the past, before I disappeared, that when Ethereum breaks here 0.035, then we will be above $4,000. That was my prediction 2 months ago. So where we are at, we are scratching around $4,000. So when we will go to $5,000, we will go to $5,000 for Ethereum when we break this downward sloping trend line here. You see how we get here rejection over rejection on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. But now give it maybe another week or two before I see here breakout, and then Ethereum will trade at a new all-time high. We were last time pretty close, but not there yet. But you saw here we were so close to the all-time high when we were at 0.043. So, but when we are breaking this level, $5,000 for Ethereum and way beyond that. So my take profit point for my Ethereum position is here, 0.55. They are going to take 50% off, set my stop loss at 0.05 approximately, and then I ride the rest. If we go higher, we go higher. If not, I get stopped out. I will still, so this year should be like $6,000-7,000 for Ethereum. That could be $8,000 to $10,000 for Ethereum, something like that. So yeah, and when we're at like really reaching $10,000, I don't believe that it's a bad idea to take most of the money out at that point, because it will not go much higher than that. So here on the daily chart, also here, we were absolutely right with everything that I pointed out with the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. So we are still here technically seeing a retest of the upper level here on that Wyckoff accumulation pattern. So once we reclaim here that strong high, which is at $4,107, you're gonna get that move to $5,000. So just wait for a reclaim. There's no need to rush into a position to try to squeeze 2% here out of Ethereum and risking another rejection into lower levels that could go to like $3,700 in the worst case, all the way down here. So rather just wait another, not even 2%, it's like 1.8% or something that you need to wait for, that we reclaim $4,100. You open a position from there and ride it to $5,000 from there. Pretty easy, so you have two levels that you can watch. Either we come down here, which I doubt that's going to happen, or you just wait for the break of the $4,100 level. So here on this daily chart, you can also see here some confluence for that around the golden ratio. So I actually need potentially to adjust that. Sorry guys, I get tired. Remember, I had to sleep in prison at around 9 p.m. So I'm getting really early now, tired these days. Really early. So here, once we are reclaiming the golden ratio, which we are trying right now, then you see here in the middle, not even in the middle, here at this candle that push us down to $3,800, the top of that candle, and the candle before that, that wick, that is your entry level. The top of that candle here and the wick from the previous candle, that is where your entry zone, $4,100 to $4,150. That is where you want to enter this if this just keeps going to move you to the upside. On the VPVR, you see here a little bit of resistance at $4,276. But I would be not too concerned about that. There is a vector candle here in imbalance. So personally, I believe Ethereum will just push through that with a short squeeze, especially with the MACD turning around here, printing lighter candles, the stochastic RSI turning around, the RSI also going here more to the upside. On a lower time frame, this looks to me that we are printing somewhere a bullish divergence, maybe a hidden bullish divergence, but there's for sure one if I would go and look. So now Solana really strong today. I'm a little bit surprised that Solana is pushing so hard here, but we are still in a huge sell cluster that has not disappeared yet, where we have $484 million sitting in sell orders. So that's why when we tried to break $205, we got a massive rejection back to $203. But overall, we had a really nice pump here, all the way from $197 today. So if you would have opened a position there, you'll be still in really nice profit here of like 2.84%, 10x leverage, 28%, and that has happened here within an hour because I saw it happening. So within an hour, and then here at the retrace, of course, when you see a retrace like that, I think I would have closed the whole position in that moment. I would have not waited. Then I round trip everything, you know. So and then worst case, re-enter at $205. So also here the stochastic is quite high. The RSI not yet. The MACD is also looking good. That this will potentially keep flying, and especially when we look at the daily chart here with a pinball candle like that, that looks to me like tomorrow we're gonna get a nice pump to the upside. Yeah, overall I feel better. Like I said, I'm not feeling sick, really sick today. Actually, I feel just a tiny bit sick, but this is because I think this is the last day where I'm properly like fighting with my cough. Actually, I was today not coughing that much, to be fair, and I had a nap earlier, you know. So and I'm still a little bit tired from that nap that I took, but I'm okay, guys. So don't worry. So Solana levels that I'm looking at, if we can reclaim $205, I'm straight targeting $248, $250. I don't care about any level in between. The first level that I'm targeting here at a reclaim of $205 is $248. So here 21% move to the upside. Stop loss below previous low. So it's 6.8% against 21% to the upside. Risk to reward definitely there. So and for that reason, you know, you don't want to enter this right now. You know, you want key support levels that turned resistance to be reclaimed, and then you want to enter this and trade this to the upside. So a new coin that I have on my map right now is XPL, Plasma. So I was so stupid and have fumbled a seed investment in that. I was offered to invest in Plasma in November, December, fumbled that. Now I wish, of course, I didn't, but yeah, in hindsight, you're always smarter, you know. So, and then I could have still bought it when it launched here, but I was in prison, couldn't buy it, you know. So I would have most likely bought it in an accumulation zone before it broke out. So now, sorry guys, now I'm again not buying it right now because we are potentially trying to reclaim here a resistance level. Only at the reclaim, I want to buy this. 4-hourly candle closed above that level, that's where I want to buy it. Because on the lower time frames, here on a 30-minute time frame, again, downward sloping trend line. I want this trend line to be broken. And that is coinciding with the horizontal line. So once both lines that are converging here are broken, that is where I find an entry, but not before. And then target for this coin, I had it earlier mapped out. Needs, like I said, everything gone what I've drawn earlier. So here, $2, $2.20, $2.32. This is what I'm targeting on that next move to the upside, because this is now a really, really hyped up coin with a lot of momentum. And once it breaks that line here, I think it will take a day or two, and it will be trading here at $2.20, $2.32 around these levels. So definitely also have an eye on that, because when I go here to a daily chart, no, where was that? 4-hourly chart. Here, 4-hourly chart, the stochastic is bottoming out, the RSI is turning around, and the MACD maybe needs two or three more candles to get a proper turnaround, but it's coming. Then is this link? No. Now I have all these charts that I need to pull up again. Annoying. Link. Oh wow, Link makes a push here right now. That's really nice. So here, 1-hourly candle. Wait for the next 1-hourly candle to close. Not this one, the next one, because the next 1-hourly candle could potentially retrace. So, and then on that retrace, you find your entry. That's what you want to look for. You want to wait for that retrace and enter on that retrace. Not before, guys. Not before. This is how I would trade this personally right now. If I would have not have already a running Link position. So, and I will be completely transparent. My Link position is a little bit underwater. I'm going to show it to you guys. So yeah, because I cannot now look on my phone, I hope that you can wait. Let me actually switch here to let me switch here. So here, now I can show it to you guys. So I'm here, like $900 underwater on that position. Sorry that I cannot mirror that. Maybe I can. Can I here mirror that? Yeah, don't know how to do that right now, but I'm roughly now, yeah, $900 underwater on this position. But I think it's going to pay off. So I'm not really worried about this at all. So how can I switch here again? So there. So my target for Link, gonna show that also to you. My target on this position is $24. $24 is where I think that we should take some profit here on that position. So why $24? Because that is the level where we got rejected from here on the higher time frames. Look here, 13 September, and then also here, 19 September, deviations in that level that were coinciding with the downward sloping trend line. And only if we would come up here and get a really strong candle above this downward sloping trend line when we go to $24 and get straight continuation, then I might hold this position a little bit longer. But only then. So because of course, when we go to $24, we break this line here, but I want to see straight another candle touching $24. If that's not happening, then around $24 later on, I'm going to take profit because we will then see some consolidation below that level because it is a big resistance. So you can see that if I just pull the line a little bit more to the left here, see here how this is a key support resistance flip zone level. So look at this. Every time when we go above $24, it goes and shoots up here, but only if it goes above that. So that is right now a really strong resistance area, and that's why I'm targeting this as my exit for the time being. I think here was my ASTER chart. So and I will be off here in a second, but I'm still sticking around. So let me go back to the stream here on my phone to see what you guys are saying. Otherwise, I don't see anything. 65 people. Okay, I'm not mad at that, but it's also late. It might be also not accurate. So here, yeah. So at least here everything stayed the same way. Just need to go to a lower time frame. So here on ASTER, what I'm looking for is again break this downward sloping trend line, always downward sloping trend line break. If I have a ASTER position already. So, but the real break that you want to look out for is this one here. So here you can start building a position when we start breaking $1.83 or if we come back down here between $1.60 and $1.72. So either way, so either way it goes, you cannot really lose here. So if we break this downward sloping trend line, we start pushing up here to like $1.93, $2 again. If we come lower, you get more ASTER cheaper, and then we reverse back to the upside, because this is now an established support level. You can see that here on that retest that we had. And also here, this was a key resistance area that was broken, where we snapped down to $2.50, more or less, $2.40. Yeah, just a little bit over $2.40. So, and this could be just a massive W pattern here on the 4-hourly chart that we are forming. Then we'll go back to $2.20 and then gets a breakout to like $2.64 or something like that. So if you're interested to get more ASTER, good buy levels on spot already. For a long position, you want to wait for this initial break, start building a position there, small leverage, 2, 3, 4x, not more. And then you can crank it up when we break $1.93, $1.95. That's where you start cranking it up to the upside. And then I had another coin. I think that was that AVAX? I think it was AVAX that I wanted to talk with you guys about. Let's see, AVAX. Was it AVAX? I think, yeah, it was AVAX, because here I had a new trade already set up. I was on a daily chart. So here, it is of course too late to enter here at $27.86. That happened already. So, but we can pull this up a little bit, adjust the stop loss, and this is still a good trade, So actually, I will make this a little bit tighter. So here, I don't think that we go back to $27. So here, almost 30% upside with a 0.8 with a 3% stop loss, more or less. If we would come back to $27.80, but I'm not seeing that. I see that we keep pushing it out to the upside. So the risk to reward will change a little bit. Yeah, so here $20, $29, where would enter this? $29, $29.20 would be my entry level here. So if we're not going lower, $29.20. If we come back down to $28, then enter from there. But keep the stop loss, keep the same stop loss. You would just make a little bit more money to the upside if it turns around first. Again, I would split that position to start building it. 50% at $29.20, and then you still have some dry powder left if it retraces to enter at lower levels and dollar cost average then to the downside to get a better entry, and then you write this to the upside here into $36.10. So which is still 23.6% from $29.20. Scott, thank you so much for that. Yeah, and I'm tired. I'm so tired. I have no power. So this whole story, what happened to me, is still draining me. I could not think the whole day. I wanted to do so much stuff. I could not get done anything. But pretty soon, I think this will be all over. I'm not sure about yet, but I hope in the next couple of days or weeks, this will be all over. Guys, that's it for today's stream. Thank you so much for everybody that was here. I think there's more people in the stream what I'm actually seeing here, because I'm on the normal YouTube app, and in the back end it should be way different than what I'm seeing here. But thank you so much for tuning in. I try to come back tomorrow with one stream, and also in the future there will be more on TikTok, more on Instagram, more on Twitter. Should definitely look out for that. And what I also want to mention here, guys, if you want to help with my legal fees, again, I don't have access to all my money because the police has all my devices still. There are wallet addresses under in the description of the video, and I post them again in the comments. It does not matter how much you donate, really, it does not matter at all. The gesture for me counts, but what I really need is $150,000. I know it's a lot, I know I don't expect one guy to do that, so it would be amazing if there's one guy doing that. But with whatever you feel comfortable with, please help me, guys. Please help me. I don't have the money right now. And also, people that I asked, you cannot imagine, I will not name drop anybody, but there's a lot of people in the space that I thought are my close friends, other YouTubers that actually have that money to help me, and nothing. They say, oh no, I don't want to help you. So they don't say straight away they don't want to help me, but that's what it basically is in the end. And it's sad. You know, it's really sad. I split tables with them, you know, for $20,000-$30,000, no questions asked, you know, from my side. I send straight away the money, or I pay with my card, you know. So tables, events, you know, where they don't get in and I have the entry possibility, you know, I take them with me, you know, without that I need to ask, you know, they ask me where you go. I say I go to XYZ, you know, and then I see that they're disappointed that they cannot go. I say, hey, come with me. I know the people, it's fine, you know. And these people, they are now turning their back, you know, and like, no, I cannot help you. So it's insane. But I don't want to rant here about this. I try to stay positive that somehow I get this all together with my legal fees and can take care of that. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you then again tomorrow.